Hello folks, so this is the second SIDEMU plugged in exploration, and before we get started on that I just wanted to show you something quickly. I'm going to do a separate little video on this, but me and Abinks had a big thing going on in the 80s with little computer people, and I just want to quickly show you my little computer people gatefold disc pack. So this is super rare thing. Amazing software that allows you to lure human-like beings out of your computer. I'll just quickly show you this because it's so cool. We've got ourselves a note from the publisher, and inside this little gatefold there's a magazine which we'll look at in a sec. If you got the tape version of Little Computer People, you'll have had a fold-out poster, and over here we've got the research materials, and there's the disc. And a new home version of Activision's amazing research software, The House on a Disk, allows you to make contact with a little computer person living inside your computer. We've enclosed a special deed so you can record your new house with the official Activision Little Computer People Research Foundation. And very importantly, you'll also find a computer owner's guide to the care and communication with little computer people. Please read it carefully. They await you. And this was the magazine that you got inside the pack. So we've got how'd you do, and there's a little bit of blurb about your chap, and this was in the cassette version that you got as a poster, and we've got America Reacts. Who do you think's living inside your home computer? And keep going. Look at this, that's brilliant, isn't it? There's his house, look. Now someone did recreate this in Lego. I'll see if I can dig out the link. And you recognise this again from the poster that came with the cassette. And all the things that you can do with your LCP. And there's a Activision man whose name escapes me. You'll know. You'll know if you're in the know. There you go, there's David Crane. Yeah, Sam Nelson. Anyway, we'll do a separate thing on that because that would be cool. I've got the SIDEMU configuration program up. Now, a couple of things to note, because I got this wrong. On the jumpers, these jumpers here, these ones 3 and 4,
R3.
They tell you what the current configuration is, and the two on the left set the configuration. However, there's something you need to keep in mind. If you set them on the jumper pins, it appears to forget when you restart when you last configured it to. So when I restarted the 64, we were back at R5. So what you need to do is use the configuration program. So the configuration program, if I just scroll down, there's a whole bunch of things you can do that frankly go way over my head. But if we get down to the bottom, you've got this save config and reload the config. So if I want to change my SID, for example, we're on R3 right now, I'd set it, save it, and once you've saved it on the config program, it will remember when it restarts, and we'll prove that in a sec. So I'm just going to do a quick test, and then we're going to wrap up with a one more demo. So I'll just do a quick test. So that's the test, and that's a PRG file. So let's turn off the 64, and we will turn the 64 back on.
R4.
And we are on R4. So let me just go and get my doofus. I thought I'd saved it. Maybe I hadn't. I can't read. The screen's too small. Let's check what we're on. So let's get back over here.
R4.
R4. So let's change that to R3. So
R4AR, R5, R2, R3.
That's what we want. We want R3. Cool. Okay, so let's just have one more demo. I think I actually saved it as 4 in the config program. Let's just get our loader up again. And we'll have one more go. And there we go. And cool. One thing I'd say, because I've used the ARM SID before now, and I'm a bit of a numpty, so I can't really tell the difference, but the thing that stands out with the SIDEMU is it very much comes across as a professional instrument. So if you're a musician and you take your SID compositions seriously, this is definitely the chip to go for. So let's go and have a look at one of my favourite demos. Let's have a go at this one. I'll come down here and have a listen. Oh, spooky. There we go. So, in conclusion, that is a brilliant piece of kit. Absolutely brilliant. As I say, I've used the arm SID before when I've had a broken SID on another machine, and it kind of sounds fine. It sounds, can't tell the difference. Similarly, this just sounds absolutely perfect. I think the difference is the fact you've got this configurability. I think if you're a serious musician with this medium, then you need to get yourself one of these. The only suggestion I have, and actually I'm not sure whether the config is stored, whether you have to do it each time to pick a different SID, or whether I fat fingered it in the config program, so maybe someone dropped something in the comments. The really cool thing that would be nice to have is a header that could somehow take the output of the bar graph, because you can get on AliExpress really cool kind of big bar graph displays, and to have that outside the box linked to this thing would be just awesome. Having said that, if you've got yourself a transparent case, or you've got some kind of fitting that lets you see the SID, then that's just brilliant. It's just a wonderful thing to see it moving. So all in all, absolutely fantastic. Big thanks to Avinx for letting me have the sample. I do apologise, there's no Martin Galway tracks. I might dig one out actually and do another recording, because I think I'm in old Gus company, because I think Martin Galway's getting one of these as well. So I think if you can get yourself one, get yourself one. That's all there is to it. And do remember, people, that little computer people are indeed ace.